This is the finish of problem 4 in the Math 111 M1 uh, Spring 2026 review exam, the last problem. Okay, so we're going to start with setting the two equations equal to each other. So we have 4. We go to a neutral color. We have 4 minus 4x equals, and I'll put this in that mode because we want to do quadratic, 2x squared plus 4x minus 3. And so I'm going to create a root problem, turn it into a root problem by saying 4 minus 4 plus 4x on both sides. And I'm going to do this plus 4x next to the 4x and minus 4 next to the minus 3. And that's going to create my helper quadratic, which will be still minus 2x squared because nothing messes with the x squared terms. But now it will be plus 8x minus 7. Minus 7. There. Now, I want to find the roots of the helper, which are going to be my x values of this quadratic. So I'll create helper h, which will be 8 divided by, and always put in parentheses, denominator, minus 2 times, in this case, a, which is minus 2, which is going to give me 2. And helper k, which plugs 2 into this quadratic. So I'll get minus 2 times 2 squared plus 8 times 2 minus, space there, minus 7. And that equals 1. So now we use the formula h plus or minus the square root of minus k over a to find the two roots. So we take 2, and I'll start with the left one, minus the square root of minus k, which is 1, over a, which is minus 2. And that gives me the first x value root, which is, I'll round it to the 2 decimal places here, 1.29. I said 1.5, but that's given my general eyesight and all that, and I'm just guessing that's pretty close. Now, I plug 1.29 into the linear function, 4 minus 4 times 1.29. And that gives me the y value. Okay, so this was the x minus 1.16. I said minus 1.6. Well, I was off by a bit, but still in the right general vicinity. So I get 1.29 comma minus 1.16. And that gives me, and I check it by plugging it also into the quadratic. So I get the original quadratic, otherwise I just get 0 from the helper. But this becomes minus 2 times 1.29, the x squared, plus 4 times 1.29 minus 3. And I should get something very similar, and I do. So that actually, and let me fix that, that actually checks. Now, I'm going to do the same thing. Let me just make that Okay, but this time we'll do h, that's not h, 2, that's h, plus the square root of minus k minus 1 over a, which is minus 2. And we take that, and that gives me I said 2.8, and it was 2.71. So this one, I actually got the x a little more accurate there. And then I do. And so that's my x value. We just mark that as an x, marks the spot. Now I want the y. I take 4 minus 4 times 2.71. And that's going to give me negative 6.84. I said negative 7.2. I was a little off, but also in the right general vicinity. So I get 2.71, comma, negative 6.84. And once again, I like to check my work. I'll plug it into the quadratic, minus 2 times 2.71 squared plus 4 times 2.71 minus 3, that's the original quadratic. I get negative 6.84 and some more stuff, and that's close enough, so I call that a check. And that is the answer, the finish, and now I finished answering question 4.